Hi, I'm Chris with the Bellingham Real Estate Company and Live Bellingham Now. Welcome to our Nonprofit November series. Today we're taking a look at Knitted Knockers, a nonprofit supported by volunteer knitting groups all over the US. Their mission is to connect volunteer knitters and crocheters to offer free knitted knockers to anyone who would like them. Knitted knockers are a more comfortable and free knitted breast prosthetic for women who have experienced a mastectomy. Here to talk more about their impact is Barb Demorest.
I'm Barb Demorest, and I'm the founder and president of Knitted Knockers Support Foundation, better known as knittedknockers.org. Knitted Knockers is an organization of all volunteers who make handmade breast prosthetics for women who have had a mastectomy. They are made by caring volunteers, and they're soft and light and beautiful, and we give them away free. Knitted Knockers came about when I heard those words that no woman wants to hear, that I had breast cancer. And when I had a mastectomy, I was not able to be immediately reconstructed. So when I was faced with what am I going to wear, my doctor said to me, most women are not satisfied with the traditional breast prosthetics because they can be hot and heavy and sticky. You can't wear them for a while after surgery. They require special bras. And when I asked him, well, what am I going to do? He asked, do you knit? My response was, yeah, why? And he said, well, I've never seen one, but I've heard there's such a thing as a knitted knocker. You might want to check it out. My dear friend Phyllis made me a knitted knocker, and it was literally life-changing to me. This little breast prosthetic was soft, it was light, it was beautiful. I could wear it in my regular bra, and best of all, it was made by somebody who cared. It was at a very difficult time in my life that this made such a difference, and I knew immediately that we needed to provide these to our doctors' offices so that other women, when they're going through this struggle with mastectomy, can have them available to pick out themselves and take home. And so that was the beginning of Knitted Knockers, now known as knittedknockers.org. And since that time, we are now supporting over 2,200 medical clinics around the country. We are founded in Whatcom County, Bellingham, and we have been supporting Bellingham, but with over 100,000 mastectomies done a year around the country, we knew that no one group could provide all the knitted knockers that would be necessary, that people would want. So we set out to inspire and equip people to provide to their own communities. So since that inauspicious start with my two doctors in 2011, now in 2024, we have given out over 900,000 free knitted knockers, all made by volunteers. These take about 3 hours to knit or crochet one, and we are now supporting over 2,200 medical clinics and giving away over 12,000 free a month. While we're founded in Whatcom County and our headquarters is here, we are truly a worldwide organization. We're in 67 countries, and all 50 states have knitted knockers and are providing them to their medical facilities and filling orders for us. So a woman can go online to knittedknockers.org from anywhere in the world and order her free knitted knocker. She chooses her size, her color, preference, and we will fill those orders hopefully within 3 to 4 weeks, all free of charge, These are mostly filled by people from their own state because we have facilitated the effort to localize, to distribute the workload among volunteers all across the country. And the beautiful thing is that women and men really enjoy knitting and crocheting for the people of their own community. So we have what we call state suppliers. These are volunteers that have agreed to fill orders that come in from their state. So our website is set up to facilitate that. They also, many people, we have over 5,000, no, actually 6,000 now, individuals and groups providing knitted knockers to their communities, and those are just in the United States. Many of those have adopted local facilities where they will knit and crochet these beautiful knitted knockers, take them into their doctor's office so that the women there can select them and take them home. We provide the print materials. We have brochures and care instructions, business cards, all of that we provide free of charge to these medical facilities. So our whole goal has been to inspire and equip people to provide to their own communities. The amazing thing to me, one of the many amazing things to me is, while I knew that this was a great product, it served a wonderful purpose to me. I could go swimming in it, I could exercise, you throw it in the wash machine. I wore the same exact knitted knocker for 4 years. I knew it was a great product. What I did not realize is that the recipients found love and caring in these gifts of comfort and dignity. We hear over and over again how amazed they are that a complete stranger cared enough to make these for them. We also would hear from many of them their story when they ordered their knitted knockers. They would share their struggles with lymphedema, with scarred, radiated skin, the challenges, because they knew we understood. But the other thing that astounded me is that the passion and purpose that many of the knitters and crocheters shared that they've experienced with being able to use their craft to make a difference in somebody else's life. I know my life changed when all of a sudden I stopped thinking about, oh, poor me, look what I'm going through, and I started reaching out and caring about others. We all know someone who has had breast cancer. 1 out of 8 women will have breast cancer in their lifetime. So we all know someone, and we all want to help, but we don't know how. Well, our knitters and crocheters have found a meaningful way to have an impact on their friends and family and complete strangers. It's just an amazing, astounding organization that has grown out of this original gift of a knitted knocker. Thank you, Phyllis. We do not give out over 900,000 free knitted knockers without an amazing network of volunteers. So what does that look like? Every week we sign up about 5 new medical clinics. They say we want to have them. So we send them a medical kit, and we send them sample knockers, and so this shipping department is where that happens. We have providers, people that register with us that we want to be a state provider. We send them a kit. We have yarn shops that sign up. We have promotional kits. This month, October, we're running low on them because we send kits for people that want to have tables at different events. All these kits, this is where those shipments are going out, and we send out about 25 packages a week of those. This is our print materials room, and these are the stuffed knockers that they're stuffing downstairs. And my husband comes in and puts together the stuffed kits out of these. And so each hospital gets 2 pair of each size that we try to keep in stock so people can choose. And some of them like the bright, but the vast majority like the neutral colors. Yeah. We make them with nipples and without. Most prefer without nipples, but a woman orders whatever size she wants. These are the double Ds and C's or D's, C's, B's, A's, and we also go beyond.
Wow.
And I'll show you that room.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So this is our stuffing room. Mary here is our super knitter. She's lost count of how many she has made. Thousands of knitted knockers.
Okay.
And all I have to do is say, Mary, we need some more size B swimmers. And boom, it just happens. It's just amazing. So this room has our boxes of stuffing. We go through about 20 pounds of fiber fill a week, which when you open one of these boxes, they double in size, at least, expand. So we use a very special polyfiber fill, won't clump and is very durable and can be used for swimming.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So you can swim with these?
Yes.
How does that impact like the wearability of them, or does
We
it?
make separate ones for swimmers. They're made out of acrylic, and so they are not designed for everyday wear, but they will dry a little bit faster. And then a woman, when she gets out, she squeezes the water out, lets them dry, and then puts her regular dry ones on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Here is Lynn.
Hi.
Lynn's counterpart, Janine, is on a trip. We actually let her off for this week. I don't know what we're thinking.
What were
but
we thinking?
Yes, but this is the room where we fill the orders that have not been filled by others. Usually they're the extra big sizes so that the other teams don't have them in stock. So I see Lynn's got laid out some pretty large knockers here. These have nipples.
I know.
Look at that. They're very well done though.
Right.
Okay, so she's got her list here that she fills. And see, we've got different size knockers. There's size H, G, F's, and then we've got swimmers in extra sizes. But this is the room here where we fill the extra big sizes or the unique orders or the ones that get too old that nobody has selected, because we don't want women to have to wait more than a month for sure.
Hello.
Meet Lynn and Shar.
Hello.
This is where the packages come in. Last week there were about 1,500 knockers you got.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so they come in packages of all sizes and shapes, unstuffed.
We open them, we sort them, we vet them, make sure they're perfect. If not, they're
Repurposed.
reknit. Yeah, take apart, reknit. And we size them and we put them in those boxes.
Through the
They
boxes.
will get bagged up according to size and we'll get put over here for the ladies downstairs. They can help wrap bags and that kind of stuff.
So these are all our size A's. Each one of these boxes holds about 800. So we've got 3,200 size A's here. Our inventory is quite low right now. I mean, we usually have about double that. We've had double that. Yeah. But it's coming in now since we put out a call to action. People responded beautifully. But this is a very important room. And they also send thank you notes. We have a volunteer, a couple of volunteers in another state that will send thank you notes for making the knitted knockers, and you guys will also take the opportunity to tell them if they've missed a step or if there's something they could do better. So it's reassuring to the knitters and crocheters that yes, they got there, they got them, and oh yeah, they're perfect. And we have volunteers when there's something missing that's fixable. We have people that will take them home and fix them. The fixer,
The fixers.
And my husband is our knocker dude.
yes.
Stuffs knockers, he has stuffed 17,420 knockers.
All while watching Judge Judy on TV. He is a hoot. He's just wonderful.
This is very cool that you guys have a whole, like you're able to use this space.
Oh, and Asset Advisors has donated this
Yeah.
space to us, and they should get a shout out. I tell you, it is priceless what they have done for us. We could never have grown without them. It's astounding to me the impact that it has had on people. I wish that people knew nothing is too small to make a difference in a person's life. If you can knit or crochet people that are receiving these are feeling the love knit into every one of those stitches. We hear it over and over. I wish people could see and hear those testimonies. They would never doubt that what they do when they are knitting love into a knitted knocker would make a difference.
The reason I do that is I love this organization. It gives me purpose, it gives me great joy, and just to know that all the women that we help and the providers helping them, helping all the women, just I don't know if you're familiar with our website, but check the testimonials. They're just an example of the wonderful thank you notes we get and how we touch women's lives that you would, I mean, we know that it provides comfort and it provides a good self-esteem and confidence, but the other parts that they share, it will just make you cry.
I have had a double mastectomy, and I got interested. Somebody went to the fair, and they had a booth there, and she come to my house that day, and she says, "I got something for you," and I said, "So what would that be?" "Well, I went to the fair and I got these things," and I said, "What are they?" She said, "They're knitted knockers, and you need to use them instead of those big heavy ones, you know." And I've used them ever since, and that was, gosh, probably 10 years or more ago. And I live in knitted knockers now.
That's amazing.
And I look just like I got my real ones.
That's amazing.
I didn't have breast cancer, but I had an aunt that was a favorite aunt that had breast cancer. And when I recently had retired, a little over 10 years ago, I ran into Barb at Apple Yarn, and she was talking to Andrea about knitted knockers, and I was just kind of eavesdropping because I had never heard of these things. And, you know, so then I talked to her. I said, I could do that. And so that's what I started doing. I started knitting, and then I found out that we could go to Apple Yarn and stuff and fix and do all those kinds of things. So
I love that.
I like the variety. I like the work. It's very valuable, and the people are great too.
I know there's misconception out there. I wish everybody knew that not everybody gets reconstructed. The impact of mastectomy is so much more than I expected. I thought I could just breeze through it and that I'd be immediately reconstructed and life would go on and nobody would need to know. For me, it impacted me way more than I expected. And this gift changed my life. And I wish that people could know that there's nothing too small. If you can knit or crochet, if you can't knit or crochet, if you can stuff knockers and donations, oh my gosh. We are all volunteer, but our postage alone is $60,000 a year. So we figure it costs about $10 to provide a knitted knocker to someone. And so every little donation, every $10 is helping us change a woman's life. It was in 2016 when my husband says to me, "Barb, when are you going to start slowing down?" I mean, I was working hard and I was working full time and everything. And I said, "Oh, I'm really going to try, but I don't know how." But I got a phone call from Philippa in Rwanda. She's the head of the Breast Cancer Initiative of East Africa. And she said, "Barb's," she said, "I ordered knitted knockers from you and you sent them to me." And she said, "They're wonderful." In Rwanda here, there's great stigma around breast cancer, and we don't talk about breast. It's a curse to have your breast removed, and yet that's the main method of treatment for breast cancer is mastectomy. We don't have radiation and chemotherapy like you do in the States. She said some women choose, some of them, to not get treated because there's no resource for them. We get donated the traditional breast prosthetics, but she said they're not of our skin color, and they're hot and they're heavy and they require special prosthetic bras. She said, when I ordered these knitted knockers, I thought, oh my goodness, these would be great because they're light, they're soft, you can wash them and you can wear them in a regular bra. So I shared them with some local knitters to see if they could make them. Well, they were not very successful. She says they know how to knit, but they can't read patterns. and they don't speak English. Would you come and teach us? Well, I shared the story with my husband, and when he heard that the rats eat the silicone in the traditional breast prosthetics, he said, Barb, you have to go. And I said, well, that's not cutting back. He said, you have to go. So I knew we had to go. So 3 of us did go, and we trained 30 women in Rwanda to make knitted knockers. We taught them in 2 days how to make knitted knockers. Companies donated the yarn and the needles for us to take. The end result was amazing. Well, while I was there, they had a Ulinzi walk, which is modeled after the Susan G. Komen walk and the Relay for Life walk sort of thing. And they invited me to be a speaker at their event. So I spoke via translator and shared the knitted knocker story. And immediately afterwards, this doctor came running up to me and he says, oh, we need these. We need these in our hospital. Please come and tell us about it. Well, Philippa put together this meeting and I went. Lorraine and I went and we brought some knitted knockers. We met with the head of the hospital, this wonderful doctor who had no clue why he was supposed to meet with these 3 white old ladies. But he was there and I handed him a knitted knocker. He started to cry. And Lorraine and I looked at each other like, ooh, what's going on here? And he said, just yesterday I had a woman in who needed to have a mastectomy. And she said, no. And I said, it's your breast or your life. And I had nothing to offer her. We need these. So Philippa says, you can have them. We have 30 women trained to make them. You pay us $1 for each of this, which allows us to pay the women. It'll cover the cost of the materials and their cost, and then you give them away free. And he said, we'll do it, and we need this in all of our government hospitals. So that was pretty cool that came out of that meeting. But while we were there at the Ulinzi Walk, caught the attention of the national media. The TV station did an interview with us and we shared about knitted knockers. That went out all over the country, bringing awareness to breast cancer. And the newspaper wasn't to be outdone. They did an interview and we were in the national newspaper. We ended up getting awarded one of the Women of the Year for Rwandan Women of the Year, and I'm right there with the beauty queen for the year. But anyway, it spread the word. And then somebody said, oh, the Minister of Health needs to know about this. So Philippa set up a meeting with the Minister of Health. And out of that meeting, she agreed to a new commitment to breast cancer awareness. They agreed to purchase a second mammogram machine for the country. They agreed to create a task force, and she became a board member of the Breast Cancer Initiative of East Africa. And that's just the surface about the impact of knitted knockers in Rwanda. I mean, bringing life support to 30 women, bringing these gifts to the recipients, the hospitals to be able to distribute them. It's just astounding to me. So hopefully somebody out there is inspired to want to help. And so there's 3 ways to help. One is if you can knit or crochet, go to knittedknockers.org, download the patterns, they're free, find the approved yarn list, watch the tutorials, register with us if you want, it's not required, and start making knitted knockers. And we will equip you and connect you to provide them where they're needed. Social media, share on social media. It'll reach people that you didn't even know were struggling with self-image and the traditional breast prosthetics. And it will also potentially reach potential knitters and crocheters. And the third way is donate. We survive by the generosity of others, and we are so grateful. One of the things that I think is really cool about Knitted Knockers is that it is all volunteer. I did have a person ask me one time, why could you not just manufacture these? Because you could sell them really cheap if they're such a great product. Well, thinking about the impact that it's had on the people making them, the impact on the people receiving them, no, it's way more than a great product. It is a gift of comfort and dignity and passion and purpose it's bringing to people's lives. So no, we're not selling these things. It's more than a product. But we survive by donations. There's lots of costs associated with this. So knittedknockers.org will tell you everything you need. The patterns there have been downloaded 1.2 million times, so we know that those are working.